Okay, guys, we are live. So I have Dale in the house already. Super. Great to see you, Dale. And we will be starting this session in a second. Right. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to just go through some of the policies because we do share this to our YouTube channel and we might use clips for our socials. Now, if we use clips for our socials, we'll contact you and ask you, okay? But on our, you've got freedom not to turn your camera on, but I answer people that have got their cameras on and they're speaking live with me first. That's the priority, okay? So I'm just gonna go through some of the policies so you know, and that way we can start with the session. Good to see you, Abbas. Dan's in the house again. Good to see you. Erin as well. So fantastic. So I'm going to just do the policy now, and then we'll jump straight into cameras on, and you can ask questions. Now, remember, you can also ask questions in the chat as well, but I'll be dealing with the people on camera first. So let's begin. What to expect during this live support session. These recordings are put onto our YouTube channel as replays. They may also be used for our social channels. You have the right to turn your camera on or off. You have the right to come on camera or not. Participants that have their camera on take priority to questions. Only after the questions asked by live participants will questions in the chat be answered. Let us begin and get you moving forwards with your Zenler site. Okay, so we are ready for cameras on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check on the Facebook group because I saw that the stream wasn't going straight into the group. Seems to be a weird thing, that's Facebook for you. Always acting a bit weird. So I just need to put the links into the live so that people can see that there's something happening and they can jump in. Okay, so you guys can turn your cameras on and I will do my best to answer you in the order that you raise your hands, right? But I can't sometimes lose it. So someone can pay, a little bit of attention who's going, he's going first. I see Dale's in the house straight away. No messing around with Dale. Fabulous. He knows the score, right? You know what's going on. Jane's in as well. He's got a hand up. We've got Joy as well. So I've lost it already. All right. So if someone can keep an eye on things, and I might ask you in the chat who's next. All right. So let's go to Dale as he's first up in the house. That's for sure. Hi, Dale. You can't hear. You can hear me. I can't hear you. Oh, you can't talk. Oh, you can't talk. So what are you going to do? Are you watching?
There we go. Now I figured it out. I had to unmute. I didn't know how to. I do my, when I'm teaching, I use hand signals. I used the wrong one. I'm gonna send you some screenshots. I didn't know um, if it's something that we're gonna need, that I'll have to contact support, or if you can kind of give me some guidance here. I made a bad mistake when I was fixing something on my home page. And now, when I look at the editor page, I look at the preview, and I look at the actual page, and there's a little thin white strip at the top that has appeared. And I tried to go back in, I tried to use the dynamic, and I just run out of ideas how to fix it. Can you see the little white strip at the top?
Yeah, is that on every page?
That's on my logged out homepage.
Logged out homepage. All right. So let me just have a look at your site here.
Okay.
Then I can have a look, but I'm pretty sure that I know what you can do. Okay, so that's your logged out page. I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a sec. Let me just
Okay. Thanks,
share.
David. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's you know what? I think it's just a really simple fix for this. So
Awesome.
that's your page there. You've got
Yes.
that thing appearing. So that's not appearing on any of the other pages.
Right.
Oh, that's going straight to your YouTube channel. So no, it's not appearing. Right. So what you need to do is you need to open up that page and you're going to find that you've put something in the top.
Okay. Just check with my different pages.
Let me just check
Okay.
something here.
I appreciate it.
Uh, global language. Did you did you put something into your global includes area in your
I
site?
tried to remember when we were like, I was trying to work with the logo and I was trying to add it to the logo. That's where I got messed up.
Right, because it's only in that page, it's not in global include. So you're probably going to find that you've added something into this part of it. So if I go into a page here, doesn't really matter which page,
Mhm.
you're going to find probably you've put some code. This is why we say be careful with code and stuff like that, because you can easily mess things up if you don't do it properly. And because it's not in brackets and it's not proper code, go into your page that's got the problem. That's the logged out page, Dale. I want you to check under page settings here and make sure that you haven't put anything in these areas.
Okay. I will do that.
Can you check that now?
Yeah,
Also,
I'm going to
what
check it now.
while you're at it, also check the tracking code area. Make sure there's nothing in there.
Okay.
All
Wait
right. So
just a moment. Yeah.
those two areas, page settings and tracking code in that page. If not, you've done something like put a block in here, and then you might have put some text in that block
Okay.
within there. So you might have put something like that in there. And if you have a block like that at the top, then just delete that out. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
But that's your three options, and one of those will fix it. 100% Dale.
Thanks, David.
All right. So you go off and do that. Tell me if it's a yay or a nay, and we'll get back. So I don't know who was next. Oh, Jane was next. I'm pretty sure it was you. Then it was Joy, and then it was Dan, I think. But you can shout at each other if I'm wrong, right? Right. Jane. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. I always love your backgrounds.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I need to change it out. It's getting old now,
It's
but thank
nice
you.
though. I like it.
Okay, two I hope quick questions. You talked with me a week or so ago, and thank you so much. And I didn't get the recording though, so I don't know if you sent that. I didn't get it when we talked, but that's okay if you can check. And send it then. But I had a lot of email questions. And on that note, we'll start. I got it figured out. I'm the one who kept getting emails to when I received them, they kept coming from an unknown person. It was odd. I found out I just took it out of my contacts and now we're good. So I don't know what it was just bizarre. But anyway, so that's working. But my question on email, I've watched and watched. I'm still confused. I have Outlook and I'm verified. I have all that for my email. I do through Zenler. If someone signs up for my email or signs in, how do I get their email? Where is it going to Outlook or is it coming into Zenler or where is it going?
What if someone signs up for something inside
Yes.
the platform?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the platform. So if you go to, hold on a sec, I'm just going to check going to check this site because people, yep, I've got someone, I've got someone who's signed up. So I just have to make sure that they're not in there because this is a test site. I keep saying that. Let me just check. Ah, right, okay. So all you need to do is if someone signed up through a marketing funnel, through a course, anything on the site, you can find out all that information about them under site, and then you just go to people here. So
Okay.
you'll find their email addresses in there. If you've added any extra fields, then you can add those fields in as well. So say for instance you were taking phone numbers, you would turn that on and you'll see that the phone number would then appear in there. Do you see? So you can turn
Okay.
these fields on and off. You'll see state appears in there. You can also export these, Jane, as well. So you
Yeah,
can
that's
export them to CSV and put them into a Google form and those things, you know?
okay. Okay. Okay, I need to play with it again, but all right, because then I think I'm doing it right, but we'll see. Okay, the other question is, and I don't know whose end this is on or not, but I created just a fake Google account so I can sign in as an alias, or not account, Gmail. But when I go in as an alias and try to sign in, and it's correct, it says I can't sign in. It's not correct information. And if I go to try to re-sign in, sign up again, they'll say I'm already a user as an alias. And I'm like, what's going on?
So
So
as a test student, you mean, yeah?
yes, yeah, yeah.
So you're testing. You're not an alias of anything. You're a test student. So you're coming in as a test student. Okay.
Right.
So, right. So you need to check that student, which is you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you need to just change a few things. So let me just jump into here again. So if you find yourself, you go to all the people and you'll find your test, your what you're calling alias, yeah, in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you'll do is you'll check the email, make sure that email's correct, that you when you're trying to log in. You're
Mhm.
going to go to edit in here, and you can reset it if you go in, but
Okay.
this is probably easier. Go into the student, go in here and just set a new password in there.
Okay.
Okay, to
Okay.
make sure that you copy that password. Then when you go into your site to test, you're going to go into incognito mode. So
Right.
in Chrome, it's the three little dots and then incognito. And then you're going to put your site URL and you're going to make sure when you sign in that you use that alias
Right.
password that you're using and that email address and that password. And then you
Okay.
should be in, right?
Right. I'll check those places. I knew it had to be some because it's like I didn't know, so I wanted to ask. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Right, but one last thing, Jane, do
Hmm.
do make sure that you set up as a student,
Okay.
right? If you're in as a lead, it won't let you
Okay.
in because you're not
Yeah,
registered.
that
Because
might have
remember,
happened. Yeah, I'll go
yeah,
ahead and
remember,
double check.
remember, a lead just captures name and email address. It doesn't set them up with an account, so they become
Okay.
someone that you can contact, and you're trying to convert them to get them to become students,
Got it.
obviously. And
Okay.
then once they become students, they fill out the full registration, so they set themselves with a password, and that way they can go in and they can see logged in pages. Leads cannot see logged in pages; they're not logged in. You just
Okay. Yeah, it's probably something under that setting that I just didn't do. I'll just go watch it again and go through it again. But okay. Every
yeah.
time it gets a little better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think you'll be all right. I think just
okay.
remember those key things, like check that email, make sure it's correct, make sure the password you're copying it so that you don't make a mistake when you log in. Definitely go in on incognito. Don't go in
Right.
on the standard because it will try and
Right.
put you in as admin, all right? And then
Yeah.
you should be fine. So you want to try that now and see if it works for you and let us know in the chat.
Okay. I'll go give it a shot now. All right. Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, fabulous. Okay, so I think I've got Joy next. Okay, right. Okay, sorry. There we go. Hi, Joy.
Hello, David. Haven't spoken to you for ages, but I have been watching the two last programs, the accelerator, etc., etc. I have been trying to catch up because I need to get back on top of all of everything. So my question was around just email automation, automations. I always chicken out and I use broadcasts. I just can't, in my head, I can't mentally understand the sets. I've done sequences before, but I don't understand in my head if someone drops in halfway through or whatever, they start at the beginning of the sequence. And then if I'm creating things further down, I just get really lost in my head about how it works. So I just do broadcasts. I just cheat. Um, so I don't know if you can try and get it into my numpty brain at the moment, just the sets of sequences that you might have for different purposes and how people join. They start at the beginning of it, but it doesn't matter because I'm trying to work out where I'm at in my campaign. I'm all messed up in my head, David, as you can see.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I suppose
overthinking things.
what you need to do is you need to dial yourself back, right? You need
Mm,
to say, um, what is it? Is it a course? Is it a marketing funnel? Right? Okay, so let's just say that it's a marketing funnel. So that marketing funnel would be nearly always is evergreen, right? So the final thing is you make it evergreen so it just runs itself. So if someone comes in today and enrolls, they get the welcome email. And then up to you, you might just want to have one welcome email that goes out to those people. But you might want to be warming them up. So you might have a welcome email, then you might have another email that goes out. And this is from when they fill out the marketing funnel form, right? So
Mm.
the email and name. So you'll have a welcome email that goes out straight away. Great to have you on board. Here's your freebie, right? That could be
Yep.
one email. And some people do that. Then you might want to think about actually, do you know what? I want to start telling people about a related course that funnel is on. So you might say, okay, so what I'll do is I'll set a second email up to go out maybe 2 days later. So it doesn't matter about time. Someone comes in today, tomorrow, next week, next year. 2 days later, the next email is going to go out, and that next email might say, "Hi guys, did you realize that I've got a course that could really help you if you were interested in the lead magnet?" And then you could have a link to the course. Some people put coupons in there, to give people a little bit of a discount. Don't go too mad with the discounts because you want to get money, right? So then you can push that out to them, and that is it, right? But you can build on that. So say in 5 days time from enrollment, so now we've got one going out straight away, welcome. We've got one going out 2 days later, or whatever time they join. And you might decide actually 3 days after that, which means 5 days from the original sign up, you might then want another email to go out saying, "Oh, check out my blog," or something like that. So that's building that sequence up. And it's really good if you're evergreening it. It does change based on what you want to do. So for instance, if you have a cohort, if you have a timed event and it's a cohort of people coming in, you're going to be very specific with your timings because you know when it's starting. Like after that date, it's not going to apply any of those emails. So that's what we do with our workshops, right? We have specific days and dates. We have email sequences that go out. And when those things finish, we delete out all the emails because new people coming in, we have already got the replays in the pages. So what we do is we then reset it and basically make it evergreen. So it doesn't matter at that point. We haven't got to look after people. We've already run the live sessions. So we set up a new sequence of emails. That's how it works. So the same with courses. When someone comes in and they enroll on a course, they're going to get a welcome email saying, congratulations, you're in the course. Here's the URL to the course. Jump in, take the course. And then you might want to add an email to that saying, 2 weeks later, how are you getting on with the course? Did you remember to join the community? What are you struggling with? Email me at. So that's how it is. That's how it works. It's not complicated once you sort of get into it. And you can test this stuff out with yourself. You can set up a marketing funnel, don't need to tell anyone about it, set up some emails and just join it yourself like Joy did with a test account, not Joy, with a test account, and then see those emails come in. Yeah. So you understand the flow of it. Does that make it clearer for you?
That's sounding a lot better because you deleted out the ones which were an of the moment thing. So it reverted back to the continuous revolving door thing that's going round. But they would get the person that's wherever they're at, all of them, they'd get that of the moment. Let's say it's a 2 week thing that I'm talking about. Then they would get that. So I'm just in my head, that feels a little bit clearer. So yeah. And do they all have names? Do these are they campaigns? Do they have names or?
The emails that go out.
Yeah, you start from the beginning, let's say the very first one, and then you've got the special things that happen in between. And then I know that some companies like ConvertKit, they could say, if you don't want to be part of this particular series of things, you can duck out of it. And then you're feeding them into another sequence. So that's where it kind of gets really like, perhaps I just shouldn't complicate, but not get into these complicated things, just keep it very simple. But
No, I don't think you should get into the complications of it, because if you're not understanding it at this base level, don't start making things more complicated for yourself. Of course, Zenler's got that ability in it. You know, it's got the ability to add advanced filters based on actions or tags, depending on what the people do. People in any mail system have got the option to unsubscribe. So even if they come into your funnel and they decide they don't want any more emails from you, then they can unsubscribe from that particular funnel, that course, or all email broadcasts. But you're making it hard for yourself by sending email broadcasts out each time, because one, you're probably not filtering, so you're just sending it out to them. Some people, unless you send the same, they're going to get a repeat copy, and new people that come in are not going to get an email because you haven't sent them an email broadcast. So by automating the process, you know that that email that you send out to them is going to go out to everybody that comes in when they enroll. You don't have to look after it. It just basically goes off to them. But you can name them, you can name your sequences. So if I've got in here, for instance, you know, and I do that occasionally, so you don't have to just have untitled. If you want to set up a name for it, like this one, this says access instructional email. I could put in here welcome, you know, and now that action will be welcome. So inside there, it will say welcome. Yeah, welcome. Then I could put day one email in for this one, day two for this one, etc., etc. So you can name them in here anyway. And this tells you the delay. So we're talking about from subscription or from opt-in, right? Which I think is a better name for it
yeah.
in this area, because they're not subscribed. But they're subscribing to, in this case, a marketing funnel. And this marketing funnel has a name field and an email field. And when they opt in or subscribe, this then dictates when this email is going to go out to them. And I've got it on 00, so it's going to go out straight away, right? So when they fill it out, it's going to go out straight away.
Yeah.
If I had a date specific one, then I would put it on here. So I then choose exactly by date when I want this email to go out. So maybe I want this email to go out at 12 p.m. on the 24th. And I can set it in there, and obviously set the time zone as well, because that will dictate when it's going to go out in your time zone. And now that email will go out on that day. So if you've got a particular sequence of emails and you've got people coming in, then you want to be wary of this. I always like to, if it's specific, like we send out this email to you guys that are coming into live support desk, and we do it an hour before, and we set it on a date, because that's when we're running it, right? So that's our case study. For most of our stuff, we set it from enrollment. So it'd be like 1-0, and then the next email might be 1 day later, put 1 day in there, again from subscription, so 1 day later from subscription. And of course, you know, you can set it weeks, days, hours, or minutes.
Okay, David, that's really clear. And is there a video again within all the information that you have that I can go back and look at? I can look at this again, I assume. So
Yeah, it's on YouTube. But if you go into the complete guide to Zenler, so you go on our tutorial site, this is
yeah,
something that has not changed for a long time. So if you go
okay,
on the tutorial site, you're going to find the complete guide to Zenler explains about setting. All of them say about it. If you're looking at anything on marketing funnels, we always talk about automations in there.
right,
Yeah.
okay,
So you
brilliant.
can go into the training on this site, so tutorials.newzenler.com,
Okay,
if you're not
I'll
in
pick
there,
that up.
and you
Yeah,
can go to the training library there and go to the quick start guide, the complete guide to Zenler. In fact, the
complete
quick
guide,
start guide also covers it, but this is much more in depth.
complete guide. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. And then, as you just said, with the date part of it, if I did have, like, making life difficult with the broadcast, as you said, possibly, but now I know I can find another way. I could drop in a special one with a date that expires from, today, and then it finishes like on Saturday, and it will just disappear from that whole sequence, because that's the way I've been fudging by getting around it, just having single broadcasts when I've got, the inspiration to post it every week. But I could be making more value of this whole carousel of.
Yeah, you should be automating. What I'd say to people is plan out a pathway of what you want to happen with a marketing funnel. So if you can use something like Canva or even like a piece of paper to just jot down what's happening when someone runs through something. So for instance, like if I've got a marketing funnel in here, I might jot down marketing funnel, and then I might say, right, okay, so what I want is the lead to come into that funnel, and then what happens on for the automations day one, and then put spelled wrong, but you get the idea.
We can't see anything, David, by the way, for
All right,
sharing it with us. But
let me share. Yeah, I've got the screen up. So you might have a lead there coming in, right?
yeah,
That's your lead.
okay,
Okay.
dokes. Yeah.
They're going to enter into the marketing funnel, right? So they're going to put their name and their email. So then you can do things like put what's going to be in that mail. So you're basically building it out. So it's going to have name
Yeah.
and it's going to have email. And that's your lead. That's going to be your lead captured in that part of it. Okay. So that's the
Okay.
first two parts. So
Yeah.
what happens at that point? They're in the funnel. They've gone through to the thank you page. And then your automations are going to fire out. So the lead's gone into the funnel, then automations are going to kick out. So this day one might be something like welcome email, grab the freebie, and then you say to them, you put that down there. So that might be one. And then day two on this, you'll say, right, okay, so tell about course. Yeah. So that in itself is a little sequence that allows you to quickly say what's going to happen. So this will be straight away from when they go into the marketing funnel, put their name and email. This email will fire out straight away, not day one. It's really 0. And then on day 2 or day 3, whatever you want to decide in there, you can then send them a follow-up email. And inside there, you could, of course, write all the text down here, what's in the email and what's in there. But that gives you a flow of how it will work. And of course, you can do that on a piece of paper. You don't have to take it to Canva.
Of course. Well, that's great. Thank you.
If you see that, it makes it very clear for you
Yeah.
to visualize going through, because I understand a lot of people have trouble like visualizing what's going on. Why is there dates in there? What's 10 days after subscription, but if you actually jot it out, you can visually see what's going on, and it makes it a lot clearer for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll look at the training. Thank you very much. That's been a real help, David. Thank you.
Excellent. Glad to help you, Joy. Good to see you again as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Fabulous. I've got Dan. Hi, Dan. Good to see you.
Hi there. Yeah, I just want to nail down a couple of things so I can move ahead and nail down my homepage. All right. As far as the naming of the homepage, I got the message the other night. Don't call it home. The main thing people are searching out there that would bring them to me is how to speak polite English, right? This is for ESL students. So I sort of thought, well, my main public-facing homepage, not logged in, that I should have it domain/speak-polite-English, because I think how to speak is a bit too long, okay? So far, does that sound sensible?
Yeah, because you're
Okay.
saying we don't, it's like we're talking about SEO now really in the URLs, but we're not really.
Sure.
It's picking up on certain parts that are in the page. Like if you were doing one on cat training, you wouldn't put dog in the URL. Like it's kind of.
No, I hate dogs. No.
I love dogs.
I love dogs. Okay, so that's all good. So I'm in the settings for the page and I see page name. I know this is a dumb question, but it's always been bugging me. Right now I have just speak polite English hyphen home. And is that just an internal label? Will anybody see at the top of a web page, speak polite English hyphen home? Because I'm not sure I necessarily want them to see that. Where does that go? Page name is just an internal
Well,
label?
no,
No.
it's not only is it important that it's
Okay.
labeled. I wouldn't put home in there at all,
No.
right? I
Okay.
know, like you're probably thinking, well, if I don't put home, I'm not going to know that's the home page kind of thing if I'm in there as admin. But you
Oh,
pick
no,
it from
no,
the
for
home.
the user. This is all for the user. I know where I am.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good then. In that case, you could call it what you like as long as you know it's in there. So let's have a look at it. So this page, for instance, that you're seeing is called My Template, right? This is
Yeah.
actually not a visible page, but look up the top there. It says
Yeah.
My Template.
My template. Yeah.
Now, search engines look at this cut. So if I look at the source code, so let's go behind the
Mm.
scenes to what is actually happening here, because it's actually looking at the content. You see that it says a meta property
Yeah.
title, my template. It's taken it. That's the name of the page that you've named it, my template. So it it appears here, so
Hmm.
it is seen by visitors, but it's also seen by search engines, right?
Ah,
So this is why we say don't just call it home page because
yeah.
it's not descriptive. Like how I don't know how many times Google would have searched and scraped and seen websites with home page.
Yeah. Well,
It's
then the
got to be
answer is clear. I
billions.
should just call it how to speak polite English because I would love people to see that and I'd love to have that searched. So,
A- Absolutely. So on a published page, if this was my home page and I click the settings, you're going to see that's where you would put it in
yeah, yeah.
there,
Great,
right?
great, great. All right. So as far as the logged in page, I'm calling that domain slash member. But as far as the page name, member, or what do I want to? I mean, you have to be signed in to get there, so it's not like
No,
it.
well, right, okay. So let's stop there a second, right?
Yeah.
If it's a logged in page, it's not going to be indexed by Google,
Okay. So I don't have to worry
right?
about
Because
that.
it's they have to register, they have to log in. So
Right.
it might show a page that a login page that you go to the login page, but it's not so important. It's more important on the public front end
Yeah.
pages that you
Okay.
start creating.
I'll just call it welcome member or something.
It's
Now that,
absolutely fine, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Okay, great. So, though, when people go to domain, are they going to, in the address bar, is it going to default to just domain or will they see slash speak polite English?
No, it will default to because you've got it set homepage
Yeah.
for logged out, logged in users. You've got a different page.
Hmm.
If they're logged in, they're not going to see any different. They're just going to be logged in. It's going to default to the logged page. It's not going to
Okay.
show the URL. But bear that in mind. You really don't want to have a URL that you're not proud to share the
Sure.
URL, the link for, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure. Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't see it being a problem if you've got, even if that was a shared link, you shared that link and people jump in, it's going to default, it's going to get rid of it anyway. But even if you shared it and it
yeah,
said welcome members, it's absolutely fine.
yeah. I
Because
think,
if the members are logged in, they're going to log in and they're your members. If they're not, it's going to default to the logged out homepage. And
yeah,
then they're going to have to sign up to become a member anyway, aren't they?
sure. No, that's great. I'm clear on that then. But the last question is really the really big one, which, listen, when they get to member, I'll just have a more simple sort of menu homepage that just gives them a choice of the three things they want to either sign up for or try out or go into the course they've already signed up. So it's one-on-one, it's conversation club, it's self-study course. So that I don't have a problem with. But honestly, um, I'm going to be bringing people into a marketing funnel from social media, from YouTube, and they're going to go right to get their download, and they're going to give me their address and stuff. So I've got that nailed down. But as far as the homepage public facing, I'm really up in the air. I see all these call to action kind of websites that are kind of a waterfall. And as you scroll down, you see the different promotional copy and offers and click here. And I just wonder that somebody searches, I want to speak polite English correctly. They're going to come there and I'm going to have to sell them on the idea of spending money to specifically study that with me. So I wonder if you have an opinion on, is that the best marketing approach? Give them the full waterfall. They sort of scroll down and get all the cool ideas and call to actions, whereas the member page is a lot more stripped down. And I don't have to sell them. They've kind of signed up. Am I
Yeah,
thinking wrong about this? Or
with the members page. So those people have already signed up and are already in there.
yeah, they're already interested. Yeah, but
Right. So
I don't know how much I
and
have
they've
to
signed.
sell them.
Sorry, Dan. There's two things here. Are they registered with you?
At that point, I will have their name and email because they're getting a free download of some sort. So I'm drawing them in that way, or directly to a course, or directly to a conversation club, right? So they
Right.
can come in directly.
Okay. Okay. So because if they come in for a marketing funnel, they're a lead, right? They're not going to see the logged in page.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. I misunderstood. All right. So I have to sell
No,
them. Okay.
not until they register.
Ah,
Not
yes.
until they buy something. This is the whole thing. They're leads. You're warming them up, so you can invite them into a community. You can talk to them. They're interested. They're
Yeah.
interested because they've opted for that, and you want to get them into something to become a student to buy from you.
Mm,
So that's your point. So they're still going to go when they land on your site. They're not registered, so they can't log in. They are leads on your site, but they'll still see that front homepage.
mm.
So maybe if you don't want to, I mean, because there's so many different approaches. Like in the accelerator course, for instance, we showed you all about CTAs, and maybe that's why you're kind of bringing it up here,
Well, I've
because
played with it. I've written all the copy, months ago, and I've seen people do this with this sort of scrolling down, offer, 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 call to action, right? And it tells you a little bit about what I'm calling them to act on, right? Whereas I see a lot of sites that are just A, B, C, here are the things I do, click here. And I don't feel like that's a really strong sell, you know?
no, it's not a strong sell, but there's two approaches here. You can be, we don't like to hard sell to anybody, right? So
Mm, yeah,
sometimes there's two things. Keeping it simple keeps it clean. It
yeah,
makes it very clear the path people are going to walk. When people start to put too much on the pages, people don't know where to go and they generally leave. So the
mm,
message here is be clear on what you teach. And if you teach a lot of different things, then don't clutter the page up. Just get people in to start looking. It's up
mm.
to them at that point to look around. So it depends, but it depends on what you're doing. So if I just share my screen, I can show you because then you
Yeah,
guys
I
can
mean, there'll
see.
be three, once they click on that initial whatever button, there'll be, more detailed information about what that is and why they should sign up and buy it, of course, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you look at this
Yeah.
page, this has got quite a few blocks on here, but it isn't too much. It's not too
No.
overwhelming. The first and most important thing is the messaging.
Yeah.
So it's like exactly what it says, and and then it will get people reading, and hopefully it will get people going to the next step. The next one
Yeah.
I've put is a freebie because these people have just ended up on the site. This is a logged out page. So, oh wow, I can get a freebie and I don't have to
Yeah.
pay for anything. So, and then I've gone in to get this. I wouldn't do it the other way around
Yeah.
because someone's in. But if I had the logged in page and I had users, I wouldn't put this freebie on here. I would just have clean blocks with what I do because
Yeah.
then they can go to that next step or purchase that next step. So
Okay.
if we look at 2 seconds, let me just show you the Zenler site and all that stuff's for free, remember.
Yeah.
But it's clear the way that it does it because we haven't used the dynamic block for the courses, right? Designed all of this from scratch. So when you come into Zenler, you get
Hmm.
these blocks and learn Zenler. So this is all to do with Zenler. This is all to do with marketing. This is all to do with lives. This is all to do with everything else that we do. And if you go into any of these, I'm not going to overwhelm people with 40, 60 courses, right? I've got 4 sections in there. They cover everything that Zenler does and online businesses do. But if you
Mm.
jump into any of these, see the training library, then you get access to all of the stuff that you can look through. But
Yeah,
it's
that's what I see.
clean and
Yeah.
tidy. At the bottom, Dan, I've got a block, the 4 blocks again, where you can jump between these. So I could jump into lives now, see all
Yeah.
the content, and again jump back to these. So it gives a very clean, clear navigation of where you can go. And there's a lot of courses on here, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. I think a lot of people in my sort of business, what they do is they could have the free download and next to it they have book a 20-minute assessment with me. And then below you have maybe the three major things that I do. So you're saying that's kind of enough to, because I've seen sites, believe it or not, there was a teacher who had a site and my God, it had 15 calls to action. It was like scroll, scroll, scroll. And then he started repeating some of them. And I
Mm,
was
yeah.
overwhelmed. I thought, the hell with this. I don't want to read
Yeah,
this stuff anymore,
it can. And also, like when you look at these things, you're also subconsciously you're looking at the way someone's put a site together, and if it's clear messaging, and if it goes on and on and on and on, you
Mhm.
immediately think, if this teacher's going to just waffle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
not, am I gonna, and it can put a thing into your mind already about what you think. I think clear messaging, as long as people get onto your page and they understand what you do within 3 seconds, is good, right? You
And
want to
let them
put,
explore. Let them
yeah,
explore from that
and
point. Yeah.
play with this stuff, Dan, because like something we haven't talked about is um, duplicating homepages. So if
Mm-hmm.
you've got a homepage, keep it nice and simple, like we've talked about, but maybe duplicate that page. Call it something that I'm just trying to find. Let me try and find my logged out page. I think it's there. Right. So let me just show you, because this will help you guys as well going forwards. Right. Just because I've got my homepage there and I've set it up doesn't mean that I'm limited to just using that homepage. Right. I could go in, I could clone this page now, right? If I clone this page, I can test things out. So I'm still keeping my original homepage, but I just
Mm-hmm.
want to test out if I set a different design, if I put more text in there, if I put less CTAs or more CTAs, what's going to happen? Am I going to get
Mm-hmm.
people coming through to this page? So I've cloned the homepage now. You can see, I'm just going to close this. If I show you this page, this is the page we just looked at. It's the
Mm-hmm.
logged out page. So what I can do is I can go to the settings and I can play around. So I might say, do you know what? Do I need life coaching there? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's going to make a difference. And I'll just put that in there. Maybe I'll change the URL and put life coach or transformation. So I'm playing around now with how this might perform in the search engine results. So I've just changed the URL and I've changed that. Remember, it's exactly the same as a home page. So now I can click yes, I'm going to change that URL.
This
And
could
we've
break
got
some
a
links though, right? I mean, that's the thing.
right, it's all right, don't worry.
Yeah.
This page at the moment is not connected to the main site.
Yeah.
It's I've just cloned that page. It's not the home page. We've got our home page set. It's down here, right?
Yeah.
This is something we're playing around with to see whether we get more traction coming through this page as opposed to our homepage that we have currently. This
Mm-hmm.
is split testing in
Mm-hmm.
a nutshell. So what you would do is you would come into this page and you would edit this page. You might add more copy. You might take some of the blocks away. You will definitely change the copy in here to different copy. And then you're going to go to something like Google Search Console and you're going to submit that URL to Google Search Console.
Mm.
So what will then happen? Make sure the content is changed in this page. It's not an exact duplicate of what you've got for your current homepage, but you can then split test it. So you can go in here, for instance, and go, right, okay, well, maybe I'll change this color to something like this. Maybe I'll change this wording. Maybe I'll change the position of this, or I'll get rid of this block completely and see how it performs. So really quickly, you can start to, and obviously I changed the text as well, guys, right? I changed this to maybe this color, and that's got a horrible thing around it. Let me change that. But now I've got a completely different, like 2 seconds that took me. So I changed all the text in here as well. I could submit that to Google search engines, and I can watch how that page performs against my proper homepage. And if it's performing good, I could swap it out by changing the homepage in my pages. Let me click save. I could go, this is good. Make sure I've done my SEO, obviously. Come
You
in
can
here.
test it even though it's not set to be your main homepage yet?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
mean, I've got hundreds of these landing pages on my sites, and some of them do really well. And the ones that do really well, I might change. So for this one, this case, it's called Transformation for Women. So I'll go to my home page. I'll go, right, okay, I'm going to change that to that new one there. Click save.
Hmm.
And now I've got a new home page. So I would have checked that it's performing well, and then I might make it my home page. And some people do this with special season things like Halloween. So they might have a whole little page like this set up for Halloween, and they'll like switch it over quickly. And when Halloween finishes, they might then switch it back to the home page.
Forming
So
in terms of what the algorithm finds when people search for whatever.
in what way?
Well,
What
the
is it?
search results that they get seen. I'm sorry, I shouldn't get into this with you. People have questions, so
No, no,
um,
it's good. I mean, it's interesting to everyone. This is really important stuff that we're
you're
talking
testing
about
it
here.
in terms of what, though? I mean, it goes,
I'm testing it in terms of content. So with what content being what I'm
yeah,
putting as the H1 tags inside there, or the headings, what I'm putting as the copy
yeah.
text. When I submit that to search engines, as long as I've changed that text in some shape or form, or the formatting, Google is going to look at it and it's going to rate it, right? Let's
Oh,
just
I
say,
see.
in simple terms, rate it 1 out of 10. So if
Mm,
your proper homepage that you've got is getting a rating of 6, and then you
mm,
do a test page like this and you find that you get more traction, like in a month, I'm getting 100 more people visit this page than my homepage, it makes sense for you to change this to your homepage.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering, I was just asking because if somebody's searching out there and they get to the test homepage, it's not a dead end. They don't just get stuck here and then can't go forward from there.
Absolutely, it's not a dead end because
Okay.
the navigation, everything is still in place. So it
Oh,
makes
I
it
see.
makes no difference. Like if they end up on this page,
Yeah,
they can still click around and go to the various pages,
I
you
see.
know. They
Yeah,
can
yeah.
still jump around. And even if they land on the page that we do, let me put this one back to what it was before, right? Because then I can show you. Even if the Google pushes them and they get this page here, let me show you what happens. This is kind of cool because if they land on this page, they'll be like, oh, great. And then they'll probably click somewhere like here. But if they click on home, they're going to go to the home, the home that you set.
I
So
see.
it's
I see.
almost like you've got, and it's like you can't get back to that original page. Like wherever you go,
Mm,
you can't get back to it because it's standalone. You know, it's a standalone page, but it's
mm.
still that standalone page has still got all the navigation in the top.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know, so
So
it's
you've got
this is
landing pages so that you're funneling people in from multiple pages.
absolutely, and
Oh,
that's what
that's
you
very
have to
cool.
do.
Oh,
That's what you have to do. I mean, this is the same principle that applies to when you write blogs, right? So you cross link between blogs. If someone lands on a blog page and they click through, this is the same. It's landing pages, it's hook pages, it's whatever you want to call it pages. But if
mm,
you're creating lots of this standalone stuff, and this is really cool because if you decide to maybe test something, you haven't got a course, you haven't got any marketing funnels, but you've got this new idea for something that you do, set up a landing page, create the content from it, and then submit it to Google. People will land on it. You'll probably have a form on there, which people can fill out showing an interest. And then you might decide on the amount of interest coming in on that page, you know what? I'm going to spend the next 2 months creating a course on this page because I've got so much activity going on through it. So
hmm,
it's a way, this is what I say, you cannot produce enough content for your site.
right.
And you can keep it hidden. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be hard. You can set up 500 of these landing pages if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The more pages and the more genuine good content you've got, the more chance you've got in appearing in search results under different terms.
Right. And send people to different landing pages from different social media things you're doing. And yeah.
Exactly right. And because a page, you could send them to a first step in the funnel. I know people are going to say, well, if you're doing that, you could send them to a step in the funnel. But a step in a funnel is just a funnel step is just a page in a
Yeah.
funnel.
Hmm.
So you could put a form into a page on your website, and you can, in that form, you can enroll them in the funnel anyway.
Yeah. All right. Great. Wow. Thank you. I know where to go. Appreciate it. I know what to do. It's these dumb little things get me stuck.
Of course,
You
yeah,
know.
it's the same as joy with those things, the little things, and sometimes my thing is just play with it. But like that sort of subject that we're talking about, Dan, I think is really important to people to understand. So
Yeah.
it was worth me spending time on that because it can help a lot of people out.
Hmm. Okay. Good.
Fabulous. All right, I think we got Maggie next. Maggie's not on camera, but she's gonna speak.
But I'm here. Thank you. All right. I am really new to this. This is my second month and I haven't done a thing. And I guess part of me, this has been good listening, especially the email part. It's like, what should I be doing first? Because I used to have Wix, so I have some things I want to put up, like a website. I have MailerLite for my email. So I need to get that incorporated. And eventually, I do want to start a membership. So it just feels a little bit overwhelming with all of the stuff. So,
Yeah, I understand. Right. Well, first of all, Maggie, Zenler is a very intuitive platform. You might find that some of the subscriptions that you currently use, you might not need.
that's what
So I
I'm
don't know
hoping.
what you're using MailerLite for, but
Email.
yet for email, but in
Yes.
what are you using the advanced features inside?
Well, see, I haven't been, and that's what I'm hoping to begin to do because you were talking about split testing. I've never done that. I know what it is, but I've just been afraid to just move around. And so I'm really hoping to be able to take advantage of all of that. I do coaching. I want to, put a course. I had experience. I have all of these ingredients and it's just been nothing. So I'm hoping I can use Zenler to encapsulate all of the things I need.
Right, I've got you. So what I would say, if you signed up recently, you signed up recently? Did you get a mail about
Well,
our accelerator
I
program?
did just before I was on the free and I didn't do anything with it. And then just before, I think August 29th, I think it was, or September 29th, with that, whenever the free went away, I signed up. So, um, yeah.
And
But
did
I'm,
you did you
go ahead.
do the 60-day accelerator program?
No, and see, that's the thing. I kept putting it off doing other things. And so I did not. I didn't take advantage of that at all, which,
Right, but you can still take advantage of it, right?
oh,
You can still go in and take it. It's replays
okay,
now, it's not lives, but we
that's
just
fine.
started a 30-day accelerator program, which might
Okay,
be good for you. It all depends on how much time you've got. If you want to work through things at your own pace, you can always catch up with the replays. So we allow the replays ready for you. So let me just send you a link. First of all, let me tell you where you can go on our tutorial site to get you
okay,
started in the quickest time. So I'm
okay.
going to drop in the chat, Maggie, our tutorial site. So the best
Mm,
place to start is inside the tutorial site and to go down to our Learn Zenler. And
okay,
this is the place you want to start here.
okay. Yeah, I
It's
bookmarked that page, but I haven't
go
done
in
anything.
here, take
Okay,
this because it takes you, we build a site and a course in less than 2 hours.
okay.
right? So it really gets you going. So what I would also suggest is that you join us, and we've started already. We started yesterday with the 30-day accelerator program, right? And
Oh,
this is
okay.
specifically, it's really good because you can come on and you can ask questions at the end. So we
Oh,
actually
yes.
help you at each stage that you go through. And it's not 30 days, right? It's we do one lesson a week that's between 1 hour, it's 1 hour yesterday, between 1 and 2 hours. And then you have a week to do that. And we make it super easy. We give you lots of AI prompts. We give you downloads, PDF downloads. We give you content, Canva templates, block code. So in lots of cases, you haven't got to do much work at all. But it's more importantly, it guides you on the whole process of having your site
Yes.
and and then building on that.
Okay. I can still join that.
You can. I'll put a link into the chat inside here. This is for new members, right, guys? So you guys that are experienced, right, don't jump in. Joy. So this
Okay.
is for new members coming in. And because we did a 60-day one, but the 30-day one, we really like you in there, Maggie, because we're
Okay.
actually live with you, all right? And we have a little community as well that people talk to each other. In fact, Dale was in here earlier. He was on the 60-day. Okay.
Okay.
So he knows all about it. So let me just drop the URL into the chat.
Okay.
And
That would
then
be perfect because I'm not really very computer savvy. And so this would be really helpful. But
yeah, well,
I'm
mm,
in a membership and she uses Zenler and really talked it up and said it would be great. So I believe it can be. I need that discipline. So the 30-day, that will keep me on task because otherwise I'll just put it off.
yeah, I think it's we give you like we do chase you. We are quite hard sometimes saying why haven't you
Yes,
kept
I
up
need
and
it.
those things, because we have to we'd like you to try your best if you, and what we like is that we like you to get stuck at certain points because then you've got a question to ask. Right,
Yes.
if you sail through this, and most of the people that come into the 60-day program just sailed straight through, all right, even though we had some technical problems that went on as we were running it, people still went straight through it. And when we had those questions that were asked, we were helping people with those questions. We were doing bonus videos for them. We were doing
Mm,
live streams and these sort of things to help them move forwards. But we're quite firm with like it's easy to do. We do it once a week. You have 1 week to do it. And if you jump into that now, I've put the link in there, Maggie.
perfect. Thank you.
Join and then just catch up on those replays. There's 2 videos in there at the moment. When you sign up, you'll get an email. It's the same time every week. It's going to be 12 p.m. UK time on Wednesdays every week. Okay. And
Okay.
we also will follow up. So if you want to ask a question, because you're on that 30-day, if you want to ask in this live support desk a question
Mhm.
about the program, you can. So you
Great.
got that chance as well. So if you want to not be live, you want to catch up on the replays, you get stuck, you can ask a question same time here every Thursday, or you can ask in the community as well, Maggie. This will get you jet propelled.
Oh, good. I need that. All right. No, this is great.
Good.
Okay. And this one is always the same. I keep getting these different emails, and some of them, I'm in the US, some of them are no early times. So are they different things or are they
No, the
just
live support desk, you're going to get one on Thursday and you're going to get one on Saturday. So the Saturday one is 11 a.m., I think, which is crazy time for Americans.
okay?
So
Okay.
Thursday is probably going to be your best one to stay with. But don't unsubscribe for those mails, otherwise you'll unsubscribe from this. But you'll always see it in the Facebook community anyway on Thursdays and
Okay.
Saturdays, and you can just jump in. We're thinking about changing the Saturday one. We're not sure. We might change the day, we might change the time. We're not sure because we're quite busy on the Thursdays. The one in the morning on Saturdays we thought would be good for Australian, Southern Hemisphere, but they don't seem to be coming in there much. So we might change it and move it later, more for the American audience and the
Okay.
UK audience.
And you can pop on any of them that you can make, correct? You're not limited.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Okay.
Jump on. We love you to put your cameras on because we like to see you,
Okay.
but it's absolutely fine.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. And stay in touch, right?
I will. I will.
Don't get stuck and then just not say anything. Just come on
No.
and tell us, yeah?
Okay, I will do that. Thank you, David.
Great. See you later, Maggie.
Bye.
Fabulous. Right. We've got, we're at an hour, so I'm going to run over the hour. It's got a lot of people talking. Right. I think I'm going to jump to Stacey because Stacey's got a camera on. Hillary, I'll get to you in a minute. Susie as well. Hi, Stacey.
Hi, I think my question might be quick, and I think I know the answer already, but I'm hoping that you have a secret for me. I'm going to read what I wrote out. We're using Zenler right now. It's been about 6 months as an LMS for our clients. So, like coaching clients that pay us. So, there's no monetary exchanges at all on Zenler. It's handled separately. There's about probably 50 courses built out based on whatever that particular topic is that someone might need coaching assistance with. The solution I'm trying to figure out is that the clients are each enrolled in different courses based on what their coaching needs are. So, David, we meet with you and we might say, okay, these are the best 2 courses for you. We'll get you enrolled. We might then meet with Joy and say, okay, Joy, these are the 4 courses we'll recommend for you and enroll you based on what we've discussed. So everybody kind of needs a different cadence and category. There's no overlap. Everybody's going to have something different. But what I'd like to have happen is that if I load 5 courses, they can only do one at a time, but they see that all of them are there. Because what's happening is we're enrolling them in the first course. Then I have an automation set up to email me when they're done. And then we're enrolling them in the second, blah, blah. It's a lot of manual. We don't want them not going in sequential order, but I haven't figured out a way to block them, but still allow them to see it. Because what's happening now is like, Joy, we might say 4, she's going to forget though. And she logs in and sees 1 and she's like, I did my course. And then she's like, oh, there's another one here. Like they feel like they're caught off guard. So I would love a way where they could see everything that they need to do, but only do 1 at a time.
In their courses.
Yes, in the courses that we're enrolling them in, yeah.
Right. So you really don't want to, I don't think that's going to be possible because you enroll them in a course and they've got access to the course. So at the moment you're doing it manually and you want to try and avoid that manual process so that when they finish something, they start something else. Yeah.
Yes, but the more important part is that they know what is in their agenda, like their pipeline to do. Like right now, if I only enroll them 1 at a time, they get 1 course, they think they're done. Then they get another email, you get another one. And it's like I can manually send an email and say, hi, student, these are the 4 courses you're being enrolled in. But like when they go into Zenler, they're just seeing the 1. Like in my mind, it would be all 4, but 3 of them are grayed out and they can only do the first one in their mind. And I can't figure out a way to do that. I can figure out how to to enroll them after they finish one. I can figure out all sorts of stuff, but I can't figure out a way for them to see everything that they need to do, but not be able to do it all right away.
Yeah, I get it. So it's like almost like like a video, almost like a video series funnel where day 1 they've got to watch this and then day 2 that other one opens up, but based on them
so
finishing.
I can drip it timed, but the problem is everybody has a different timeline. So like some students, they're paying us, so like we micromanage them a little bit, but at the end of the day, if they don't do the course, that's their money. We're still getting paid. I hate to say it that way. So I can't do like, okay, every 5 days drop the next lesson because the only way I can see dripping is by time base.
Yeah, you could do it. You could, but it would be more work. Because you could
the setup is a bear because we have like 400 or 500 students in there, and we're probably gonna have 1,000 by the end of the year. So if setup's a bear, but it makes my life easier on the end, that's totally okay.
Setup, I mean, setup will be more complicated because you would be doing it on a per student level. Right. So the idea I was thinking here, but I just think it's crazy. It would just be too much to do. This is a really interesting point. I'm going to think a bit more about this, Stacey. But just
Okay.
off the top of my head, how you could do it for specific, if I didn't have 400 or 1,000 users,
Well,
I would set up a bundle, put the courses that they've got access to, or one of the courses they've got access to into the bundle. They're going to see that then. But on that course access page, you could grey out the two other courses that they will have access to, but they haven't got access to yet. So when they've finished and they carry on the next one, you could then add that into the bundle and then let that become live for them to get access to it.
I'd have to build a bundle for each particular agent or each particular client in order for that to work.
Yeah, because it doesn't know. It's
Okay.
like if you're enrolling them, there isn't like I get what you mean. Like if there was an in between student and enrolled in course, if there was an in between like pending, that would be
Yeah.
good for you, wouldn't it? Because pending until you make it live, then that would be
I
good for
know. I
you.
hate to say one of your a competitor has it, and my company keeps wanting to go to them because of it. The cost doesn't make sense to me, so I'm trying to find a solution. Yeah,
Yeah.
even if you have any ideas that involve like webhooks or something, I don't know. Like we're open to ideas.
Mm. It's more. It's not. It's not so much that. It's more about the visual experience, right? So it's more about them seeing it and seeing the courses that they've got access to grayed out, but they can't access them until they
Yeah,
finish the
like we
first
send
part.
them an email that
Yeah.
says these are the courses, but then like memory evades people, and then they think they're done, and then we're like, no, there's still another course, and then there's like, no, we're
Yeah.
done. We're not done. So
Yeah. I mean, of course, you could use Zapier to send a webhook out when they've completed a course that then would enroll them into the next course, but that doesn't get round the problem of it showing in their
that they don't
dashboard.
know that it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, so the emails, of course, can show that if you're manually enrolling them and sending an email out to them saying you're going to have access to this, this, this. When you've completed this course will then be readily available for you. You can do it that, but to visually show it means setting up something visually in the system itself, and we haven't got that.
Okay.
So you could do it back to back. You could use something like Zapier to enroll them when they finish one course. You could do that. That would take away
Um,
that manual element of you enrolling them. That would work. But the visual side that you want isn't available in there yet. I'm trying to think, right, because we're going to have, and Rakesh won't mind me saying this, the CEO, we're going to have gamification, right? So
okay.
with gamification, because I was playing with it today, because I do the feature videos for it, and it's really cool. And I'm thinking all the different uses that we can use gamification for. And one of the uses that I was thinking about was based on a level, you can give away a freebie, so you can unlock courses or communities and give people access to
Hmm.
it if they reach a particular gamification level. So I'm just wondering now, Stacey, whether that's going to work for
Like if we could
something.
give them a points for completing certain courses that will unlock another, maybe. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Or you can put the points in there for them so they get added. I'm not sure. I need to play around a bit more. I'm going to give this a bit of thought, Stacey, with what you require.
Hey, if I can stump the person who knows everything, then I feel very accomplished for the day.
Well, I've given you a
And I feel like
solution,
I
but
did
I'm
my
only
due diligence.
untied with what the platform can do, right?
Fair, fair. Yeah, yeah.
With
No, I
making it.
appreciate it.
Oh, it's really good. It's a really good question. I quite like that. It's almost like a marketing. I mean, we've got a video series funnel. So if you go with the default video series funnel, it locks out little thumbnails of the next video that's coming. So almost the same thing needs to happen with what you're trying to do, Stacey.
Yeah.
So let me have a think about it. We might be able to do something. It won't. It's not something that I do a video on. I guys. I'll tell you that now because it will be complex. There might be some code, JavaScript, and these things. So I would be supplying this directly to Stacey if I did.
And I
Right?
have an IT director who's way smarter than me, so I would probably have you two talk because like he manages our website, and I'm a little, I'm number two. So that would be amazing if you do think of anything, David. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he can help. I mean, if he knows about APIs, if he knows about webhooks, maybe he's
He's
already got
looked
an
at it,
idea.
and that's as far as he got. Is like he's like I can, I could zap. Like we can tie in a zap and auto enroll them. It just doesn't get over the problem that they still don't know that that's coming. And one of our clients said like, almost like a project management list of all the things I need to do. Like I'd use the course homepage as that, but I don't know what's next. I know you told me, I know there's an email somewhere. I have no idea though.
Yeah, I mean, it's this is the thing. Like Zenler does what it does. There might be ways around this. It's very powerful. If you find another platform that does this same thing, you'll probably find it's missing in another area, right? So there's that as well. But
Yes. Or
let
they
me
charge
think
a
about it,
billion dollars
Stacey.
per user.
Probably. Let me have a think about it. It's a really good question. That'll be nice. That'll be a good question. I'll put that towards the developers. I'll ask them.
And I'm assuming you
Fabulous.
have my information. I have an account, so you guys can find me.
Yeah, Stacey, I've got you in here anyway. Can you pop your URL down in the chat? Because I always take it out. Take
Yeah.
not your email address, just put the URL that's tied to it and I can check. Be interested. I would like looking at new sites as well. Brilliant. Okay, good. Excellent.
Well, don't
Good,
make fun of how
Stacey.
basic it is. It's real simple. But
But
yes, that
not
is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a thing, isn't it, right? So I mean, you go with these simple solutions, but you start adding these things in there to try and make your life easier and the student's life easier. And sometimes these things don't work, but it's yeah, I'll try. I'll have a look. I'll
Yeah.
have a look,
I'm at the point
Stacey.
where I have
Good
to
to meet
hire
you.
someone just to do this if I don't find a solution soon because it's killing us on bandwidth. So thank you. I appreciate your time and I'm just gonna hang out and listen. So maybe I'll learn something as well. Thank you.
Lovely. Good to speak to you, Stacey. I've got Susie's in the house, but it doesn't look like she's here. Are you here, Susie? She's not. I'm going to jump to Tina if Susie's not here. Oh, there we go. Hi, Susie.
Hey, I'm here, but I'm currently at work, so I've got a customer in the store. You can just move on to the next person.
All right. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. See you in a minute. Bye. Right. We're off to Tina then. Hi, Tina.
Hi. I have a lot of questions, but I think the most important thing right now is I have done a webinar, an interactive webinar, and I have 3 separate dates. And I cannot separate the people who is choosing each day. And is there some possibility to add a tag to people who had chosen day 1 and the people who had chosen day 2 and so on?
Have you done this as a reoccurring or a schedule?
I have done it as I think it's going to be not I have done it interactive webinar and choose 3 different dates.
Oh, 3 different dates. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Just give me a second here. Hmm.
And I got when they register, I get the date which they want to go and a little bit more information, name and email and so on. But I tried to get down the CSV file to add the tag manually, but it doesn't show the date they have chosen in the download file.
Hmm. Interactive webinar.
Yeah.
So in your automations, Are they they're registered for the interactive webinar? They're registering through the interactive webinar registration page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is in the order you which is done when I do the webinar, the pages. I have used all the pages, and there is a schedule. You can choose your date and so on.
Yep. Okay.
Then
So,
I get then I get a list, and there
okay.
is name, date, and when they registered.
All right, Tina, I'm in a
Mhm.
live interactive webinar.
Yeah.
So this is my registration sequence. If
Mhm.
I've got multiple events, I would say send an email out for each occurrence. Okay. So
Mhm.
if you've got set defined dates when people are coming in to those and you want to actually delineate the people that are coming in, you can just go and add a tag in your automations. So if someone was coming in to this on this date, so I go, let's just put in here this tag. Let's just put live one. Okay.
Mhm.
And then inside that, once I've got that set, I can then set when it's going to happen. So before scheduled time or on date. So it's before scheduled time. Apply for all occurrences. No, I wouldn't check that because it will apply for all of those ones. They would apply to all of the ones. So if you had 3 lives, it would put live tag on live 1, live 2, live 3. If I just set it for this, then it's going to do it before. So before scheduled time of the first live, you could say 15 minutes and then tag them. So then you could set up another tag, and again you can do before scheduled time. You could do sorry on, so you could do a date. So if I was going to run it for, if a live was going on the 17th, I would do the 17th and I put the date in there, so I know that that would tag those people coming in. Okay. And I've got to make sure I can set it up so that I could tag people at each of the live events by doing this. So if it's happening on the 17th, I could do that 5:15 the 17th. I could set another tag up like this. And hold on, let me just save that first. Make it live, save it, and then go in there, add another tag. So this one would be called live 2. And this would be on, and then your next live session, let's say on the 3rd there, there, it would tag, and I'd save the changes to that. So what's going to happen here is the people that come into the first live are going to be tagged with live 1. And then after that date, they're then going to be, for the next live session, be tagged with live 2. Now, that means that you have people that are tagged for live 1, 2, and 3, but some of those people will be tagged with live 2 and 3, and then the last remaining lot that come in will just be tagged with 3. So you can sort people out by saying tag contains live 1, not live 2 or live 3. And that way you can filter those people out going through there. I thought that we could do it via people. We can tag people if they've attended a live by going to all people here. And this is something I've asked for as well, actually. You can add a filter here and you can go advanced filter and you can go down and you can say, have they attended or not attended a live class? So we say attended a live class or not registered in a live class. But this is live class and this is webinar, but we haven't got an option in here for live interactive webinar because this would be the easiest way of doing it. Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand that. I have to think about it, but because I want to send out a replay, send them a replay page for the first webinar the same evening, and
Right.
only for the people who had attended the first webinar. And
Yeah, so you can use that tagging method, but can I suggest something right now?
Mhm.
Please set up your live interactive webinars, set them up as live classes.
Okay.
because you've got the filtering in here. It's going to make
Okay.
life easier for you. You can just go and just say attended the live class, pick the live class, and it's only going to show the people that are in the live class.
Yeah, I understand that filtering thing. You can't do it by interactive webinars right now.
Well, a live class is an interactive
Yeah,
webinar.
yeah, I know that. But I have chosen so you can't do it today with live interactive webinars.
Not
This
unless you use the
no,
first method that I was
no.
talking about.
Okay. I had a second question, but I don't think I remember that right now.
Well, Tina,
Okay.
I'm gonna move on because I'm actually out of
Yeah,
time now. I'm
yeah,
21
I understand
minutes
that.
after, so I'm gonna move quickly on to Zoe,
Thank
who's
you.
been waiting here. No, she's off camera, but I'm gonna flick Zoe on. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, David. So I really thought you'd solved my issue on Monday. I was so hoping you had. But it turns out you can't save the dynamic header blocks as a template. Help. So my
Ah,
logo is good on 3 of the pages that I've set up, but on another couple, it doesn't look right. So I was
right.
hoping I could just save the dynamic header and delete out the other block, put that in, but I can't.
Oh, okay. Zoe, can you put the link down into the
Yep.
chat? Drop the link in the chat so I can actually see. I can
Okay.
share it. So yeah, you should be able. Well, no, you can't save dynamic blocks. So
Yeah, I
uh,
wanted to save it as a template because you went over that and I thought, brilliant, that's the way to do it. But no.
okay. Um, Lorna, you're not visible. Oh, Lorna, you are visible. Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm going to try and get to you, but Zoe's been waiting quite a time. Zoe, can you put the link in the chat? That's it. Okay. Right, let me have a look. So one of these pages is not functioning.
The other thing I wondered whether it would be better to do then is copy the CSS across to the other pages, if that would be the alternative fix. But seeing as I'd already bugged the CSS up, I didn't want to do that without checking first.
Sorry, Zoe, can you put the actual URL in there, not your email address?
Oh,
Just I've just been pasting it in.
sorry. Let me
It
get
looks
that.
like the actual you've put code into your header, I think. Just talking to you about it. But
Yeah.
put the link in.
Uh,
You might have to do what I suggested to Dale right at the beginning, which was to watch for any code going into a specific page.
right. Oh,
Which
come
is what,
on.
because if can you paste it in there?
Sorry. Having a moment. It's because I'm talking to you on the phone with the computer open. It's being a pain. Come on, load up.
Is it trusteddogtraining.co.uk?
Yeah,
All right, okay, got it.
cross zone dog training.
Right, okay.
.co.uk.
Let me
Yeah,
show this
sorry.
quickly. So
Yeah.
here we go. So we got this, we got start, you got blog. Right, so what is the problem here? You got a different logo size. Is it the blog that is not the right size?
So yeah, so I did the logo on 2 of the pages is the size that I want, so it's slightly bigger than the way you guys had it. But back when you looked at oh god, when was it? A couple of weeks back when you audited it, you noticed that some of the logos look stretched, and you said I'd got width in there, which was forcing it. So
Yeah.
I actually watched your original video took out the width on those pages, so the logo then stopped looking stretched.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other pages, it's still looking stretched. So do I just copy the CSS across?
What other pages? Because the only other page is the blog.
So we've got have I got okay, so the other one is actually unpublished at the moment. Do you want me to publish it quickly so you can have a look?
Yeah, you can do. Can I just check something? Did you put the code into the global includes area? Did you put it into this area inside here?
No, it's just on, as far as I'm aware, it is just on the page where you've got where it drops down that menu for page setting.
Right. Okay, so that's where we need to put it into here. You need to go into your page, take that CSS, and you need to put it into this area. So you might not have, we've got lots of stuff. You can see all my coding in here. What you'll need to do is you'll need to take your CSS coding, and let me just take this away. And you'll need to put your coding into this area. So between style tags that look like this. Okay.
Okay.
You want to put that code in there, delete it out of the page that you've got it in here and put it into this page. Make sure it's surrounded by a open style tag and a closed style tag, and drop your CSS code in there, click update, and it will apply it to all of the pages where that logo is.
Awesome. Brilliant. Thank you very much, David.
That's
we'll do that. Fingers crossed.
Fingers. Otherwise, let me know. I'll just jump in there and do it for you. Yeah.
All right. Lovely. Cheers.
See you later, Zoe. Right.
Bye.
We've got Lorna. Hi, Lorna.
Hi, David. Thank you so much. Just a quickie. It's a really, really quick question. So I'm looking at taking down one of my schools on my Zenler platform. I've got the 3 going at the moment. Taking one down and just like trashing it basically, and replace it with another. So, I mean, is it just a case of just deleting stuff? But I want to change the domain name as well. So what do I do?
Right. So when you set up a second site, it becomes permanent, right? So I don't mean it in a really bad way. It just means you set the site. So it's not something, there's no way to go in and for you to just delete a site and then just add a new site, right? It's just the way the pro plan and the premium plans designed once you set up your second site and third site. But it doesn't need to stop you, because if you've created a second site and you don't like the look of it, you don't like anything else, then just start from scratch with it. So just go, you've got to go through the pages anyway, just delete out those blocks and just start building it again. For the custom domain part, all you need to do is you just need to go into the custom domain area and just reset it up. So you'll just go into site settings, custom domain, where you've got your domain in there. You'll just replace it with the new one, click update, and it will get rid of the old one, Lorna. All right.
Perfect.
And then as far as the branding, the pages, you can just go in there, and if you want to roll stuff back, you can roll it back, right? Because if I go into one of the original pages in here, you can roll those pages back to how it looked in the default. But it really makes no difference, because if I'm redesigning, say this is my home page and I'm redesigning it, I can just go in there and just delete it, delete blocks out, add new blocks, so it's not a problem. And you need to just go through all your sites, re-link where the navigation's going, and you're good to go. And of course, you're going to check things like your integrations. You're going to go to site and then integrations and make sure that's tying up with the email address is right, it's matching the custom domain and all of those things. But you really don't need to delete the site. You just need to modify it.
Perfect. That's great. It's nice and easy. Thank you. Thanks, David.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. People say, I know what it's like, right? Because I'm the same. It's like you think, yeah, I've messed that site up, so I'd like it all clean so I can start again. But it's all right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Fabulous. Good. Right, we are out of time. It's 5:30. It's been great speaking to you guys. I will have a look in the chat because I always put out of this. I use the transcript and the chat, and if there's any questions that I haven't answered, I try to. But we're an hour and 30 in, so this is normally an hour session. We're not sure what we're going to do with the Saturdays, so we might say Thursdays would be 2 hour sessions again, right? Because it gets really hugely busy. I've got loads of little adverts that I want to show when there's quiet periods, but I never seem to have a quiet period. So, so I'll might extend these sessions and make them longer because I love helping you guys. But hopefully see you next week. Saturday, Mam Eats on at 11 a.m. So if you want to go and just Stacey, go on there and ask her the same question. That'd be funny. Right. Okay, guys. Take care. See you soon. Bye.